Coming up on First at 5, extreme heat advisories in effect throughout north central Florida, with high temperatures reaching triple digits. The UF weather team brings you the forecast and how long these dangerous conditions may last.
Plus, Carle police go undercover to catch child predator suspects, the charges they now face, and how many were put in handcuffs.
And surprising statements from the president today as he continues his meetings across Europe, the ally he condemned, and a warning aimed at Russian President Vladimir Putin. First at 5 starts right now.
First at 5. From the University of Florida's College of Journalism and Communications, you're watching WUFT News.
North Central Florida is currently under a heat advisory with temperatures still in the high 90s as we come on air. This after a weekend that saw record highs up and down the state. Welcome to First at 5. I'm Radaysha Robinson.
And I'm Carle. And that record heat is sticking around, with the heat index expected to cross 110 in several counties Tuesday. Joining us live from the weather studio is UF forecaster Aiden Wacksman, who has more on just how high temperatures could get over the coming days.
It's only going to get hotter tomorrow, but let's focus on today because that's where the real heat is at still. 98 degrees here in Gainesville at the airport, our highs so far today. Most of us, actually all of us pretty much, staying in those high 90s. And here in Gainesville, breaking a record, 98 degrees today, some of us getting up to 99, but doesn't matter. Regardless, breaking that old record of 97 degrees and staying very, very hot out there. A high pressure is condensing that air, causing it to sink, and then that's why we're getting so much heat, and also a little bit less, actually a lot less, in those showers and thunderstorms that we'd usually be seeing for this time of year. Coming up, I'll let you know how much more heat you can expect this week and how much more rain we could be seeing in the next couple of days.
With dangerous heat levels expected to continue, officials advise all residents to avoid strenuous activity, drink plenty of water, wear light-colored clothing, and stay aware of the signs of heat exhaustion and stroke. Please take a few minutes to review these safety tips, and don't forget to check in on neighbors and friends during these dangerous conditions.
Right now, over a dozen people are behind bars after Ocala police say they conducted a successful online sting operation. From June 26th to 28th, detectives posed as minors online to identify people seeking to lure children for sexual activity. Investigators say the suspects knowingly engaged in explicit communication with the undercover agents and traveled to meet them. The 15 people arrested now faced a combined 49 charges, including soliciting a minor. 7 vehicles were also seized as part of the operation.
The HCA Florida Healthcare has announced plans to build a new 11,000 square foot emergency room in Ocala. You can see a render of the $15 million facility is on the screen right now. The one-story healthcare center will be located at the intersection of State Road 200 and Southwest 99th Street Road. It will be at full service, full staffed emergency room and employed around 45 full-time healthcare professionals.
Alachua Habitat for Humanity has received its largest single gift in their history. That's since 1986, and the leaders say it's from an anonymous source. The historic donation comes at a critical time for the nonprofit and will aid in building safe, affordable homes for the local community. This donation, totaling over $160,000, will cover nearly all construction costs for a new Habitat house. Habitat houses lay the foundation for a family's future and stability. This donation will be used to support the future home of a hardworking mother of 4 and her family.
With back to school right around the corner, the 26th annual PAVE Stop the Violence rally took place Saturday to raise awareness about gun violence and promote a safe, supportive environment for children and families. The event was held at the Martin Luther King Jr. Multi-Purpose Center, where Gainesville and Alachua police engage with residents and conversations and youth activities and other important conversations about the community. Hundreds of children from across Alachua County came out to receive free backpacks and essential school supplies to start the year off right.
If you were unable to get back to school supplies at the PAVE rally this weekend, don't worry. Florida's annual back to school tax holiday is coming up, and this year it's lasting an entire month. Governor Ron DeSantis announced that the tax holiday is now permanent in state law and will last through the entire month of August. The items included in the tax holiday are on your screen now and covers most back-to-school standard supplies. The holiday also applies to online shopping, as long as the order is accepted during the holiday, even if the delivery is made after the end of August. For a full list of exempt and non-exempt items, please visit the Florida Department of Revenue tip page.
Instead of going back to school, a group of Fort Myers families spent their weekend in court, kids' court, that is. Hunter Walterman attending the court to hear the kids arguing everything from dinner preferences to wanting a new puppy.
I do find probable cause on all counts.
Judge Robert Branding is used to hearing pleas.
And why do you want a corgi dog?
Because I want to play with it. Lana has one just because she...
Maybe not like this.
Okay.
He kept the robes, but ditched some coffee for apple juice this weekend. The Lee County judge presiding over kids' court Saturday.
We're going to begin by giving you a corgi right now.
Held by the Children's Advocacy Center of Southwest Florida, kids got to make their case with a real prosecutor.
One request was just 1 day a year to be able to stay up late.
In front of a real judge.
A lot of fun. The kids made some really good points.
With dads on the defense.
Feel like I won, but everybody said that I lost.
JJ Wheeler is with Level Up Dads. It's a program at the center designed to help dads spend more time with their kids and learn something new.
We wanted to do a day where people could come and learn about the basics of the justice system and the court system.
A request the judge was happy to grant, taking questions from kids and dads.
How do you stay neutral in hearing everything?
My role is to take the law and apply that law impartially.
Not everybody got what they want.
I still feel like we should be going to Puerto Rico and Pennsylvania.
But both parents and kids tell me they got something out of it.
I really did enjoy seeing her stand up, be confident in front of the judge, and plead her case.
Thank you all.
In Fort Myers, Hunter Walterman.
When First at 5 returns, the terror at a Michigan Walmart leaving nearly a dozen people injured. The suspect now behind bars.
And President Trump's continued trip across Europe takes a turn as he heads to the UK. Their international conflicts take center stage as pressure from home continues to mount.
You're watching WUFT-TV News.
Tampa made history Sunday, with temperatures hitting triple digits for the first time in the city's recorded history. The Bay City's previous record was 99 degrees set in June of 2020. Heat indexes are expected to exceed 110 throughout the rest of the week, with a level 4 of 4 extreme heat risk continuing through Saturday. Well, guys, I don't think Tampa is going to be alone in that record because it has been so hot right here.
I agree. I was in Tampa this weekend and I felt like my face was going to melt off. But Aiden, can you tell us more about the weather?
We're also breaking records here too. It's not just Tampa. Let's take a look at this record set today. We are actually 1 degree, in some areas 2 degrees hotter than the previous record for our daily high temperature. The old record 97 degrees set about 15 years ago. Today getting up to 98 and 99. So we're staying pretty hot out there. A heat advisory is in effect for the rest of the day until about 7 o'clock tonight. That means you could be seeing those heat indexes or feel like temperatures between 108 and 112 degrees. And for those of us who aren't in that heat advisory, Clay and Putnam County, well, that's a heat warning right there. So you're seeing temperatures of 113 degrees above, or at least those feel-like temperatures. And that's when it's really important to just be careful of heat illness, making sure you're staying hydrated out there because those are some dangerous temperatures when we get above that 110-degree area. And here in Gainesville on campus at the University of Florida, 99 degrees, staying pretty hot out there, but not even close to that feel-like temperature of 109 degrees. So again, those feel-like temperatures are really where it's at. Not many clouds in the sky today. That's because of a high pressure system causing all that air to sink. And when that air sinks, condenses a little bit, and all of that heat is really reflected very well here in the high temperatures that we've seen in north central Florida today. 98 in Gainesville at the airport, all of us staying in the high 90s and just overall staying really, really warm out there. But you can see again, barely any showers and storms, if any at all, on our storm tracker on our radar here. Just completely clear skies for most of us, maybe some partly cloudy skies too, but overall steering clear of the rain, more so than we usually would for this time of year. This high pressure system, part of why we're not seeing those showers and storms, but also an upper level high pressure system on Florida right now. And again, that's what's really causing the air to sink and a lot of that heat to build up. The rest of the night, rain chances very, very unlikely. Possible, but unlikely. 20% at about 6 o'clock and then tapering off through the rest of the evening. You can see at 4 in the morning, sitting at 78 degrees. No break from the heat, and we could even be setting records for record high low temperatures. Gainesville, 77 degrees is the forecasted low temperature. That would tie a record. Some of us seeing into the high 70s, even Cedar Key at 84 degrees. So we're staying pretty hot for most of us out there, even way after the sun sets. And tomorrow, no break from the heat. 97 degrees in Gainesville at the airport. Lake City, 98. Start getting up to 99 degrees. And that's why tomorrow, many of us are under an extreme heat watch where any of us in this area, not a warning, not guaranteed, but possibly could see those feel-like temperatures reaching 113 degrees or above. Showers and storms not likely for the rest of the night tonight. Could see some in the early morning hours tomorrow, in the early afternoon hours tomorrow as we get a little bit more moisture in the atmosphere, but those should clear up by the evening hours, and then again we'll see some more moisture on Wednesday, and that's when we could see those showers and storms really come back into the forecast. Rain chances lower than they were last week, but still possible. I'll have one final look at the weather coming up, but first, let's see what Matt has in sports.
Thanks, Aiden. Coming up in sports, as the Gators get set to open training camp tomorrow, quarterback DJ Lagway is reportedly dealing with another injury. We'll have the details. And Florida becomes the 38th state to allow high school athletes to benefit from NIL. All this and more when we return.
You're watching WUFT-TV News.
Welcome to sports. I'm Matt Montalto. Concerning news for Gator football fans, as the Gators get set to open up training camp on Tuesday, quarterback DJ Lagway is reportedly in a walking boot. According to On3 Sports, Lagway suffered a minor calf injury during a team run last week. It's not known at this time how much the injury could limit Lagway as the training camps open. The sophomore has been dealing with a shoulder injury for much of the offseason. And with the season just over a month away, here are some important dates coming up for the Gators. Tuesday starts with the teams coming back and with media availability afterwards. The first practice is on Wednesday, which is exactly 1 month before their first game against the Long Island University Sharks. As colleges continue to navigate the NIL landscape, that is now trickling down to high school sports. A bylaw passed nearly 2 weeks ago is allowing any high school athlete to reap the benefits of NIL. WUFT's Macy Meis has more.
Here in Gainesville, it feels like the high school football season has already begun. Dozens of teams gather behind me. It's Media Day, the preseason kickoff where coaches and players hype up the 2025 season. But this year, beyond the usual talk of touchdowns and rivalries, high school athletes can now make money off their name, image, and likeness. In June of 2024, the Florida Board of Education changed the game for student athletes after passing a change to Bylaw 9.9.5, initially proposed by the FHSAA. The board ratified the rule change to make it permanent on July 16th. These new rules mean that high school players can sign endorsement deals. The caveat? They have to declare themselves as amateurs and follow strict FHSAA rules to keep playing. Players offered a variety of perspectives on Thursday's Media Day.
I don't really get into the money thing. I just love playing football, and I do it for the love of the game.
I think it's great. Just having the chance to get exposure and really build a brand.
Over the past year, thousands of Florida high school athletes have been exposed to NIL branding. Local players are trying their best to stay grounded, keeping their mind on what happens on the field rather than off it.
A lot of people could get involved in the money and like their head in the clouds with the money. Be like, all right, yes, I have money, but also this is the reason why I have money, because I play the sport and I'm good at what I do. So I think it's just being humble.
I think we leave the NIL to college because high school can get a little out of hand. Let the kids be kids.
Many coaches here are making sure their teams know the do's and don'ts of NIL. Coaches tell me their priority is keeping players grounded.
As far as that NIL stuff goes, I try not to really get into it because it becomes a distraction to the team.
Ultimately, Media Day is about excitement for high school football. That hasn't changed. What has changed is what these student athletes can do with that excitement. It's the era of NIL for high school student athletes in the state of Florida. As coaches and players continue to gear up for the upcoming season, they're adjusting their playbook off the field. Reporting in Gainesville at High School Media Day, I'm Macy Meis, WUFT Sports.
From high school to the NFL, and starting this week, we will have football every week for the remainder of 2025. 23 straight weeks. It all starts with the LA Chargers taking on the Detroit Lions in the annual Hall of Fame game in Canton. It's the first time either team has played in that game in over 3 decades. After testing, walkthroughs, and light practice, most of the teams around the league will be in full pads for the first time this week. That includes the Jacksonville Jaguars, who will get to see Travis Hunter fully suit up on both sides of the ball. Jags head coach Liam Cohen said that practice isn't the same without those full padded collisions.
It's not quite football. It's still not. I mean, football is, as we all know, a very physical game, and it's meant to be played that way, and ultimately you can't really do it until you get the pads on.
Now for some out-of-town updates. Former Gator Ricky Pearsall is back at practice in San Francisco. With Debo Gunn and Brandon Ayuk still recovering from a knee injury, Pearsall is expected to be a big part of the passing game for the Niners. And from Atlanta, QB Michael Penix says Kyle Pitts has been one of his go-to receivers so far. Pitts is coming off a strong season in the ATL, where he had 47 receptions for 602 yards and 4 scores. Finally, back to Gators football. Quarterback DJ Lagway earned a spot on the preseason Maxwell Award watch list Monday. The award is for the best player in college football. And that's it for sports. Coming up, Aiden's going to give you a final update on the weather.
For all of us, it's staying really hot out there. We're well into the triple digits, 109 in Gainesville, 107 in Ocala. It doesn't really matter where you are, though. You're definitely feeling the heat. And coming up for the rest of the week, that heat is going to stick around for the rest of the work week, too. But rain chances might be a little bit lower.
Thanks, Aiden, and thanks for joining us. I hope you can find a way to stay cool out here. We're back here tomorrow for another edition of First at 5.
But your North Central Florida news is always on at WUFT.org and on all our social media platforms. See you tomorrow.